just plan.
We really need to go.
We should just plan an amusement park.
We should just plan an amusement park trip. We
Yeah.
should go.
No, an amusement park.
First, the best time to go is like the 3 days after Thanksgiving.
This
It's
guy
all
watched that.
German tourists.
That's, I think, exactly
you
when
the
I
Freddie
went.
Wong video about Roller Coaster Day.
That last
No,
year.
Yeah,
I
you
went
did.
to Universal 3 days after
I think also
Thanksgiving.
maybe we could go in tonight.
We could go tonight.
We really need to plan a big Universal trip.
I know.
Okay,
Can we
so-
plan a trip where we do one night at Universal, then we do one night in Las Vegas, and then we go back to Universal, and we go back to Las Vegas, and then
And just
back
go
to
back and
Universal,
forth?
and then we go home.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
if
should
that's
be
what you want to
different
do, we
trips.
could definitely do that.
It's
I think
different-
it should
no,
be.
it should
No,
be
I think it
different
should be
trip 'cause
one
it's different
day.
mindsets.
One day each. One day each.
Can we go to Cuba?
Yes.
Different mindsets. I think if you go to Universal, then Vegas, then if you go to Vegas and you lose your money, you won't have enough money to get funny photos.
That's
well,
true.
okay, but I think that if you alternate days between those, that is not something that people. I would say that maybe we could be the first people ever to do 4 days of
But Vegas-
alternating Vegas and Universal.
Vegas isn't like this is like I'm gonna go have the time of my life. Vegas is like a job, like you're on the clock.
I
You're
think that
making
we
money.
could create a completely new brain mindset by doing that. I don't think
No.
anybody in history has ever done that, and I think it would
nobody's
cause.
done it.
I think
You're
it would.
right.
I
If
think
you went
something
back
would
and
happen.
forth to Vegas every day, like to Vegas, then to Universal, and that's
Yeah.
like the only world you knew for
Yeah.
days.
I
That
think
would
you would
actually like, you
create
would
something in your
transcend.
brain. Yeah,
you're
I
right.
think something would
No,
happen.
That would be so fucking insane.
I don't think it would necessarily be good, but I think that would be like a new type of brain
That'd be like
experiment.
psychedelic.
Yeah, that nobody's
Is like
done.
is like, oh my god, I'm leaving Universal. The feeling of leaving vacation and then touching down
no.
in Las Vegas. That's so crazy.
And then knowing that you have to go back to
Yeah.
Universal.
And then you gamble, you stay up all night, you gamble, you lose all your money, and then you have that kind of like hangover feeling where you're leaving a casino.
No, you don't want to go on a roller coaster.
and you're like,
hungover.
oh my god, my life. What the fuck have I
never
done
wanna go on a
to
roller
get to
coaster
this
hungover.
point?
Okay,
I've
and the
lost-
flight, nonstop flight between Orlando and Las Vegas is only 5 hours.
So that's not that bad.
No.
Yeah. So if you go, I mean, you just do red eyes.
You
Every
just need to
time.
maximize the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
exactly.
do red
Every
eyes.
time you
sleep on
would
the
be
plane.
sleeping, you go on
yeah.
the plane.
Well, you try to sleep on the plane, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like every time you would be sleeping in a bed.
Yeah.
Different hotels every
Look,
time, too.
If we can make this mindset happen,
Oh my god! Oh my god! I
This is
I
the-
just figured out the high roller coaster mindset.
This is the
High roller
Oh
roller
my
coaster.
Also,
God.
wait, because you could do it in. You could do Disney.
This is the movie.
You could do
leaving Las Vegas
Disneyland.
and going to Orlando, and then leaving Orlando and going to Las Vegas.
If we're trying to maximize time here, you could go Disneyland flight
I'm not
to
trying.
Vegas.
The thing about this is, I'm not trying to maximize any time. I'm trying to create a new brain experiment.
yeah, we're trying to
that
actually
that maybe the
induce-
CIA might
induce
buy
psychosis.
off
Okay.
of us.
All right.
Yeah.
See, because I thought that you want but if you keep taking flights from Las Vegas to L.A. back and forth, because if you're trying to induce psychosis, one ride back to
He just
LAX,
sat up in his chair. He's got some serious points. To
one ride
right, let's
back
talk
to
about
LAX, Vegas airport, gamble for like 3 hours, back to the airport, back to LAX, Universal, 2 rides, back
Okay.
to Vegas.
But here's
Wait,
my
are you
here's
saying
my,
go to Florida and then Vegas and then LA and then Vegas and then Florida? Because that's
I'm
actually
thinking
crazy.
about now
I
about
was saying LA, but if you do that,
LA
LA,
crazy.
but LA to Las Vegas is only an hour and 15 minutes flight.
Well, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
it would completely warp your perception of time if you were going to Disneyland and Disney World, which are almost identical.
Okay, but
right?
here's
And then
the thing
You're
I
going,
have
but
to-
you're only seeing an hour difference between Vegas and Disneyland, and a 5-hour difference between Vegas and Disney World. So you're seeing the same thing. You're like, how am I time traveling when I go to Disneyland?
Right.
if only
I think-
both Disney parks had an airport.
If they
I
had
think
a
that
landing strip,
might
that'd be huge.
That might tip the mindset though into being too much about amusement, and you might need to add a second Las Vegas style stop in there.
but
Carrot Top show.
Like maybe like you go to like a business summit.
But you're doing it every other time anyway for both of them. So really, as long as you start with Vegas, you could end with the same
You
amount
get
of
to see.
Vegas
You
trips.
I just wanna
one
keep
people
it-
do a presentation,
Yeah, I just want to
and
learn.
the whole time you're on blow.
Yeah.
I don't think that drugs should be involved. 'Cause I think
it's
the
a
whole
pure.
point of it is
Is to
you're trying
invent
What
a
about
new
drinking?
drug.
Drinking is a drug.
Drinking is insanely involved. You're drinking the entire time. But we're trying to, because it is, you're
But
trying
what
to
if
like.
you just need like just a bump to keep you awake at Vegas?
I think you're really trying to.
What
hurt
if
whoever?
Okay,
you are
here's my
Okay.
here's my new pitch. Okay.
Yeah, this is like that movie, The Game. This is kind of
But
what
it's
you're
called
doing.
The Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Michael Douglas movie.
Yeah.
It's like that.
You're
But you're
yeah.
doing it to somebody.
I think it's Disney World to Las
Yeah.
Vegas, Las Vegas to Disneyland, Disneyland to a zero gravity space flight where you
Yeah.
go up out of the atmosphere, you hang in, you get that zero gravity thrill.
Yeah,
So
and,
this is-
then
and then
you're-
back down.
and also your bones separate a little bit. So every day you're getting like an inch shorter. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is like that movie Phone Booth, where the guy's like, "If you don't do this, I'll fucking kill." Like, blah, blah, blah. So you're doing like a phone booth style thing.
This guy's got
where-
a Bluetooth headset on.
You
Or actually, no,
call-
he has a Razer headset on.
Yeah, so you're calling him. You call him and say like, "If you don't go to Disney World Orlando right now,
Yeah.
I will fucking kill the president's daughter." Or whatever that movie was about.
Well, he's in love with the president. That's another part
Yeah.
of the movie. This guy's in love with the president's daughter.
or maybe
he's going on a date with her.
It's the guy from My Day with the President's
Will
Daughter.
Friedle or
or
whatever.
it's maybe it's the guy from Resident Evil 4 who's trying to rescue the president's daughter.
Or maybe it's Jon Favreau, and he's saying, I will
become a big chef.
I will become an even better chef than you if you don't
if
do
you
this.
don't go.
If
to
you don't-
Oh, no,
Universal,
you know what it is?
Orlando,
No, I just-
Las
I
Vegas,
just-
make any
then
food
Universal
the
whole
Hollywood,
time.
then Las Vegas, then to
There's
zero
no need-
gravity flight.
There's no need to kill any president's daughter or anything. This is just you ask somebody, you say, "Okay, I'm going to give you $1 million to be a slave for a year." And they agree. This is what you force them to do.
Holy
shit.
fucking shit.
You
They are
literally
a
just
pleasure
brought it
and business
completely-
slave.
Completely back to that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. We can end the episode.
Well, that's
now.
the thing about if you
Just
do
play
if you
30 minutes of an album.
if you
End the episode here. Play fucking.
What album?
Play Dark Side of the Moon synced up with
I feel
Wizard
like
of Oz.
this is the last 10 minutes has been some of the densest this podcast has ever been as far as like just pure ideas.
Yeah.
I think that is like one of our
was a
strongest
smart-
concepts
yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
Speaking of
The
fascinating,
high roller coaster
Yeah.
slave
The high-
experience.
well, the thing is, I would. That is the thing. If someone says, "I'll give you $1 million, but you have to be my slave for an entire year,"
You expect to be
don't know-
working.
You don't know what kind of slave you could be.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
want you to be my high roller coaster
Yeah.
slave who goes from Disneyland to Disney World to Las Vegas to space, and then back for a year.
Then you say yes. I think.
Yeah,
Because that will do so much psychic damage to you. Can you imagine even going to Disney World every day for a month? How fucking insane your life would be.
Oh my god! Can you imagine the movies and art that we would get if we did that to hundreds of thousands of young men in this country?
Absolutely, like just like a generational trauma.
Just I feel like we could
inflicted
get
on them.
better stuff than Vietnam movies.
Definitely,
yeah.
because we
like
don't
10
have
times
we don't have
better.
a war right now.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
at all interesting, right?
Yeah.
There's no kind of like mass like
So this
like
is-
violent
this thing that
movement
we've
for
come up
everybody to
with-
rally behind.
This is not we. This is a movie idea episode. What we've come up with
This
is
is
not.
called
It's not an.
Mickey Ultra.
It's not an idea for a movie.
Yeah.
It is an idea for a way to make movies be created.
Which is that we take a bunch of people who are like, you know, kind of their brains are like right on the edge of development, like
Yeah.
you know, early 20s, like late teens,
18 to 22.
yeah, and we're sending them
Male.
in droves
Drove. We are
to-
chartering flights that's
Yeah.
just full of only these people.
Exactly.
And they are not allowed to talk to each other.
Well, we time it perfectly, so as soon as one leaves, another arrives to each
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And they have a circuit that they have to follow to the
and
park.
and the Disney parks will pay for it because we're driving so much traffic
Right.
to their
Yes.
parks.
Exactly,
Oh my
because they do
God.
have to pay for their own food
Yes.
and their own drinks because
yeah.
the
What
whole-
there's
And they have
yeah.
to pay for photos with Mickey and Goofy and Sully.
because they have to prove that they went every single time.
Yeah,
by
they have a
taking
punch
picture.
card
Yeah,
type
exactly.
thing where they tape a photo.
Yeah.